Hello guys, welcome back to my reaction channel. Today we're going to react to One Piece episode 61. Now guys, in the last episode I thought we finished off this little filler arc, but apparently there's a half of this episode as well. We're gonna wrap things up. This guy Eric appeared again, and also this admiral, right? You guys tell me that he's not an admiral. Like later I'm gonna meet a true admiral, so this guy shouldn't be even associated with such a high rank. But regardless, right, they're both alive and they're still in the game, so I'm assuming this guy Eric with the Devil Fruit wants to throw down one last time before we venture into the next manga canon. So I'm here for it. That being said, I ain't gonna applaud this that much. If you enjoy my reactions, you know what to do. Let's go. Angry final across the red line. Let's go.
しぶといな。
ああ、もう少しで溺れ死ぬところだったぜ。
Yeah, how did he?
やだ。
永遠の命が欲しくないのか。
興味ない。
嘘つけ。死ぬことが怖くない人間なんていない。貴様も俺も悪魔の実の能力者だが、イタコ一枚下は地獄の海賊家業だ。死が怖くないはずはないだろう。
Nah, bro, Luffy already proved he doesn't fear death. He was on the execution platform that the Pirate King got his, right? He got pierced with 2 spears and he was laughing. And what was Luffy doing? He was also laughing before that outrageous lightning that came out of nowhere saved him, right? I think that sketchy looking guy saved his life, right? My man probably has a Devil Fruit to control nature. Yeah, I'm still behind that theory, but regardless, Luffy countless times proved he is not afraid of death.
やることやって死ぬんなら笑って死ねるやつだぜ。
Yeah.
こいつはよ。
Yeah.
無茶でも守んなきゃ。ここは千年竜にとってとっても大事な場所なの。ここはこのままずっと守るのよ。
Damn. She's devoted. And Luffy approves.
あくまで俺と対立しようってのか。
当たり前だろ。アピスのことは心配すんな。
Yeah. Yo, my man keeps his word. He got caught up? Bro, what kind of plan is that? Oh, he's gonna headbutt him. My man said Bell.
千年竜もどこかへ飛んでいくのね。
さあどうじゃな皆さん、わしの自慢の豚まんを食べていかれません？
ありがとう。でももう結構です。先を急ぐ旅なのでね。そっか？食いてえな豚。
She doesn't want to listen to that long story again, does she? She's like, nah, hell nah. Sanji cooks better anyway, and I can eat in peace.
レシピだけいただいていくよ。
そうか、残念じゃの。仕込みを始めて3日もありゃ食べられるんじゃが、
Yeah.
その間にロストアイランドの王家のことを。
もうその話は聞いたって。この島に戻ってくるのを待つよ。
もう赤ちゃん竜がこの島に戻ってくるのは。
Yeah.
ってまた1000年先なんじゃないのか？
お前そんな夢のないこと言うんだよな。
Yo, so she got invited into the crew. She turned him down. This is the second person that turned him down. But she got invited. So Luffy really, if he likes you, he's gonna invite you to his crew, man. I mean, let's be honest, he already has a powerhouse Zoro and a powerhouse Sanji and a powerhouse navigator Nami and Usopp. Somebody weak needs to keep Usopp company. So he doesn't get bored while we fight. But regardless, yeah, okay, so her plan is to stay, reproduce, and teach, pass along knowledge about the dragon, so when they do eventually come back in 1,000 years, her ancestors, or rather, her offspring, will be there to protect them. That's crazy.
みんなと一緒に行きたかったんじゃないのか、アピス。
私なんかがついていったら足手まといになるわ。
They inspired her.
自分が思ったことを諦めないで最後まで頑張ってやれば思いはきっと叶うって
Facts.
そう教えてくれた気がする。
Very
みんな
true.
心がつながった友達のためなんだって命がけで頑張ってたんだもん。
まずは初代の王者が
Ah, here we go.
これアビス待ちなさい。
本当にこの海図に書いてある通りなの？
What? What's
これ見
happening?
て。噂には聞いていたし海図にもそう書いてある。
なんだか帰りの流れがきついだ
え、ウソップ今なんて言った？
ろ。なんだか帰りの流れがきついだろ。
海流。わかった。何が？やっぱり山を登るんだわ。
お前まだそんなこと言ってんのか？
Yo, so they're naturally gaining speed so they can climb a mountain? Bro, that's crazy. There's no way a ship can... Well, I guess this is One Piece, so...
これを見ていい？導きの火が指していたのは間違いなくここレッドラインにあるリバースマウンテン。
おい、こっちどうすんだよ。
ここに運河があるでしょ。黙って運河に入り損なったりしたらボーイングメリー号はレッドラインの岸壁にぶつかって
Hey, yo! This is dangerous!
船は大破。海の藻くずってわけ。わかる？なるほど。
グランドラインに向かった奴らは入る前に半分死ぬと聞いた。
Hey, yo! That doesn't help
簡単
us!
には入れねえと分かってたさ。
Bruh, this is dangerous. This sounds dangerous.
サンジ君、こうお願い。
はい、ナイス。
あれがレッドラインか。
The red line is a line of mountains! Hey, yo! That's huge! It's like a nature's wall! That's preventing you from... That's a whirlpool! Nah, that's crazy! Somebody steer!
あの崖のひび割れ。
Oh. That's the entrance?
ナビどうすんだ。
このまま直進して。
マジっすか。
いいからナミ、あれが運河の入り口か。おそらくね。
Bro, make it steady! I knew it! I knew it! Oh, we're screwed!
ゴムゴムの
Bruh, my man prevented this from being the Titanic. They didn't hit the cliff because they hit Fat Luffy, but now he's gonna fall into water, bro. Okay, okay. Nice save. Somebody snuck on board? Yo, somebody snuck on board. Is it a new crew member or an enemy? No way.
こんなところであのかまいたちの技を
He's gonna break the
何を
ship.
切り裂くか分かったもんじゃねえ。うかつに動けねえ。
It was that easy? Bruh, I thought it was a new crewmate or something. It was that guy Eric. Really? That scene was so unnecessary. Yo, that's high. It's turning into ice. Cause it's so high up. The atmosphere is cold as hell.
オールブルーが
Yo,
そ
all the motivation.
完璧なる海図を。
勇敢なる海の戦士の
Let's go,
証を。
let's go. The Pirate King. The greatest ocean.
この先のどこかにワンピースがあるんだ。
Yo, I'm getting the chills, bro. I'm getting the chills. This is how they entered the Grand Line. Yo, that was so enjoyable. That was so enjoyable. I got all the chills, goosebumps, everything, bro. I am very happy about how they ended this shit, bro. I love that. I really enjoyed that. And they went upstream, bro. Like it seemed like a gates to heaven, and then they just reverted back. They went like above the clouds even. That was one crazy entrance, and if they didn't steer right, they would just crack the ship into the mountain. The red line is actually a line of mountains that's preventing like inexperienced people from entering the Grand Line. And the Grand Line is an ocean, the most amazing ocean out there, and Luffy's so excited. Everybody's excited. I really like that moment. Everybody just regurgitating their dreams and why they're here and what's to come, bruh. I love it. Let's hear what my editor has to say.
People have been asking you to check out the One Piece SBS, and I'll briefly talk about it here. SBS stands for Shitsumo wa Boshusuru, which translates to I'll be taking questions. It's basically a manga Q&A at the end of each manga chapter, which starts from the Usopp arc, I believe, which is volume 4, which features Oda answering questions that fans are asking him, like the ages of Luffy and the gang, for example.
Okay.
There are hundreds of SBS answers and questions, so I'm not able to put all of them here, obviously. I believe, I'm pretty sure that people in the comments can just easily talk about the things revealed from SBS as long as they just don't spoil something or whatever. But the very least I can do is inform you on what the SBS actually is. Also, another thing, and this is for the people watching, I don't really get why some of you guys don't like how he's watching the Gunkan Island arc, because nobody really complained about Loketown in any way. You see, if you guys paid attention to what Lucky said in episode 54, I told him there's some canon material in there that I just can't edit into an episode. That canon part being the very important piece of world building regarding the Calm Belt. That actually happened in the manga. That is canon. And obviously, as we all know at this point, the One Piece community absolutely loves to brag about how amazing the world building is. So I figured, okay, well, sure, he's going to watch this because, people love the world building and it's only 6 episodes of filler, so whatever. But we get people complaining that he's going to watch this arc. But dude, this contains some pretty important stuff. You guys do realize that I just can't put this part somewhere randomly without context, right? Because during the entire Calm Belt exposition and the monsters appearing, Uppies was on the boat the entire time during that canonical part. The only way to watch that canon scene in the anime without wondering who the hell the girl on the boat is to watch the entire filler arc. Because I have no control over canonical scenes that are put there in a different context or in the context of a filler. And for some people who are saying, well, just tell it to him off screen, or just tell him, after watching episode 61, just make him skip it and just tell him what the canon part is, that diminishes the revelation and the world building. It's significantly more engaging to be told something by the show itself, rather than me just having to put it on a platter and just spit it out for him.
That's a fact. And also, none of this is on him, because I chose, he gives me, him and my mods give me all the information necessary for me to make a decision, and then I have the last say. And I was like, how long is this filler? 6 episodes? Great, I'm watching it, because this is the first introduction to One Piece fillers, right? I wanted to experience for myself, because this is my journey, remember, according to Lucky. I wanted to see how the fillers feel in One Piece, right? Because I got to see it in Naruto, I got to see it in Bleach. I just wanted to, why not? It's not a long filler, right? And I really like this filler. If I didn't know it was a filler, it could easily pass as canon, because a lot of little details that I really enjoyed in this filler arc. But what he said is true. If he just told me these things, aside from me just seeing them right in within the story, it would diminish just the impact of the information given to me. So yeah, he has a point. And like I said, I forced their hand. My mods also were like, you can skip it, right? But I have the last say. So everything that happens on the channel is pretty much me giving the last say, right? So yeah, I saw a lot of comments. A few people regularly comment against my editor and mods. They don't like some decisions, but they just give me the necessary information. I make the decision, right? So yeah, and I already said I'm not gonna watch any more fillers in One Piece. Not because I don't like them, but because you guys don't seem to enjoy when I enjoy it, right? So it's all good. I'm gonna skip them or watch them on my own. It doesn't matter to me, but if you would like to see some upcoming filler in the future, tell me on time so I know that you want me to watch that specific one or whatever. But yeah, so I don't think it was a big deal that I watched this way. It's 6 episodes, not that big of a deal, but some of you made it a big deal, but I guess. But that's what he's trying to explain here.
Also, Another thing, the Sanji cooking episode is exactly the same way. The canon part of the episode is that Sanji gets his elephant tuna fish, but the filler part of it is the context through which he acquires the fish. See, in the manga, he bought it, but in the anime, it was acquired through different means, that being the competition.
Yeah, I was told this.
As such, you cannot skip that episode because the fact that he gets the fish in the first place is canonical. It's just the fact that the circumstances are different. It's the exact same thing here. The circumstances of how he acquired the fish are different. But anyway, like I said, the exact same thing is here, is applicable to this. The fact that Luffy and the gang are going to the Calm Belt where they have to deal with monsters is canon and is in the manga. But in the anime, however, the context and circumstances of how they got into the Calm Belt in the first place is different. In the manga, they went from Logtown to the Calm Belt directly, but in the anime, they got to the Calm Belt by escaping from Marines who were going after Uppies. In other words, just like the Sanji cooking episode, you can't really skip this filler arc. It's just not possible to do that. And also, I've really, at least from what I've seen, I really haven't heard anybody complaining about how Lucky did not skip the Daddy the Father episode, despite that being 100% filler, including the backstory.
That was filler. That was an amazing episode. I was so surprised when they told me, my editor and mods, that was actually filler, because I really freaking enjoyed that episode. Usopp never looked better in the show so far than in that episode, because my man acknowledged his weakness and promised us that he's gonna work on it and work towards becoming the great warrior of the sea, bro. My man's gonna be brave as hell one day, right? So I really enjoyed that episode, but that was actually filler, completely filler, and nobody argued about that. I guess it was one episode, right? So that's why this was a filler of 6 episodes, but still, 6 episodes? Throwing a tantrum for, man, come on. But I know a lot of you mean well, but I'm just saying, like, if I decide to watch something, I'm gonna watch it because I want to experience it. Like, it's not the same effect when you tell me something sucks and when I watch something and agree with you, okay, that sucked or that was good. Like, I need to experience it for myself. Just like this anime canon in Boruto right now. Like, people told me skip, but if I skipped it and then later somebody told me, oh yeah, Kagura died in that filler, I would be like, what the hell? Right? Because like, we already have 2 casualties and I'm not even half done through this arc. So those are some important characters that I can't just like, somebody told me they died somehow. I would have liked to find out how. So yeah, I would feel horrible if I skipped that arc. So, come on. I understand you want me to get to your favorite parts of the show, but have some patience. That's all I'm asking.
With his dad, Usopp's dad, I mean. But in the manga of Logtown, we did not even see Usopp acquire any goggles at all either. And the reason that Daddy the Father episode even exists in the first place is so that Usopp can get his goggles from Daddy the Father, right? So you can basically consider that entire episode to be filler, which it basically is. And see, I think, at least my assumption for as to why people didn't complain is because people don't see that episode as filler. And people base off their entire viewpoint off of filler lists. And see, filler lists of One Piece label this episode under anime canon, and for some reason, people think that filler lists are any good, and some people even think that they are just people even seem to see them as end-all be-all truths, but anime filler lists just tend to be full of shit anyways, as many of us know. And this is a very good example of that, because if this episode is anime canon, that by that logic, this filler arc is also anime canon because there's no plausible way for you to skip it, in addition to this arc containing canon material happening in anime-only circumstances. And correct me if I'm wrong, the literal definition of anime canon is something canonical happening through anime-only circumstances, and this filler arc fits that criteria perfectly. And this arc being anime canon makes more sense than the Daddy the Father episode. People begging for Lucky to skip to episode 61 makes us even more laughable because, the damn episode starts out with the filler arc still ongoing, so what are you guys talking about? It's just not skippable. However, the bottom line of all this is that the reason people are mad is because of the fact that their own self-centered desires are not being met. Those desires being that they want Lucky to hurry up with One Piece just so that he can get to scenes that they personally like. As such, filler arcs are considered a hindrance to their own personal desires, as watching filler automatically means that it's going to take longer to get to the moments that they personally like, while not really giving a shit that this is Lucky's personal journey. Ideally speaking, Lucky wouldn't even be watching this with the influence of others. The ideal situation would be that Lucky wouldn't even know what is filler or not in the first place. Look at how much you enjoyed the Usopp and Daddy backstory. Look at how much you can enjoy filler content. he can enjoy it far more without him
That's
knowing
true.
that it's filler.
Definitely.
Now that I told him that it's filler, he's like, oh man, like I literally told him directly in messages that it's filler. And it's like, man, is it like, damn, really? That's filler? Like he literally typed it all caps to me, like, wow, is that filler?
Yeah, it's kind of messed up because some of you complain, and then my editor and mods are put in a position where they have to tell me when a filler is coming up so I can make a decision whether to watch it and skip it. And as soon as they tell me, I kind of, right, if I didn't know, I might have enjoyed it even more, right? But because some of you guys, I have to be known because they want to put that responsibility on me, because when you complain, I need to be able to say, yo, it's on me, not on them, because it is on me, right? But if they make that decision for me, then you're gonna blast them, right? And we need to agree here. You guys want the best for me, except when you're being selfish as hell and impatient as hell, some of you wanting me to skip through some parts to get to your favorite parts. But most of you, the majority, mean well for me, right? And you think you're defending me by attacking my editor, my mod sometimes. Let's all agree that we, like all of you combined, want the best for me. Like, is that's a fact. Like, they really look after me very well, very well. And if my editor or mods tell something in a video, right, that I post that you don't agree with, you can always counter it in the comments. They will show me, right? And hey, they're not perfect, they make mistakes, but just don't come at them with hate, because then I'll have to intervene and we're gonna have this back and forth for no reason. I know you guys mean well. I know they mean well. Let's all get together and enjoy the show, okay? Like, no, like, right? My decision is whether I'm gonna watch something or not, whether I'm gonna skip it or not. Like, you guys know I like to please everybody, so even if I watch a filler arc, I'm gonna try and give you more episodes, or somehow I'm gonna try to compensate for the fact that I'm watching something some of you don't like. So let's not get carried away here. We're all on the same side, just enjoying the show, and yeah, let's just not ruin the vibes by just being toxic all over. Let's go.
Like, really? The problem with people telling him what is or isn't filler is that if he's told something is filler, he's automatically going to watch the episode with apprehension and reluctance. Because he's constantly saying, like, well, this is actually pretty good for a filler arc, as if there's kind of guilt in his voice for enjoying it. See, it just feels like there's some kind of regret for him feeling this way, as if he's going to get backlash for saying that. This would not have happened if I wasn't forced to tell Lucky what is or isn't filler, and the reason I'm being forced to tell him this is because people are going to let him know anyway through complaining about the fact that he's watching a filler. People are taking away the magic of watching a show episode after episode without knowing what is or isn't filler, and that really sucks. People can't read the room for crying out loud. It's as if these people are unaware of the fact that this arc contains some canon, or they're just so caught up in their own personal desires and selfish interests that they don't really give a shit if he skips this important piece of world building. See, these are the exact same people who keep saying that he needs to upload more episodes. And my answer to that is, no, he does not.
I don't have the time!
This is his hobby, it's not his job.
True.
Lucky, I've told you this countless amounts of times at this point, but just don't let these people get to you. This is for your own personal enjoyment, not to please others.
Bro.
That said, this is it. Sorry that it took a really long time for me to get this out here, but I just had to make it pretty long in order to make my point clear.
See ya. Okay, so listen, some of you are gonna get triggered because you're gonna feel like he attacked you. No. You can see it in his voice. He really cares for me, right? He cares about my well-being because he knows a bit better than you guys what I have to go through daily because of my work, real work. This, like you said, it's just a hobby. So when you guys ask for more episodes and he sees me ask him to edit some more episodes for me to watch and this and that, right? And he's like, yo, why are you straining yourself so much? And I'm like, yo, but I want to make them happy even though I haven't slept for like a day, right? He feels bad. So then he comes hard on you guys and you feel like, yo, he's attacking us. He's a piece of shit. And then you're like, we're all on the same damn page. Everybody's looking after me and my well-being, and everybody wants me to be like, to enjoy the show and be healthy and get some sleep so I can enjoy the show even more, right? So let's all agree to agree and not be toxic all over. He wasn't attacking all of you. He was just trying to explain to all of you my point of view, even though most of you are smart enough to know that already, but some of you, like I said, are a bit impatient and want me to skip through the things that you find not appealing, right? But I might find appealing, right? So it's a complex thing, and yeah, he might come off as being too direct sometimes, but that's the sort of guy he is. I love him for it, right? I love blunt people. I don't like to sugarcoat things, right? So don't get offended. I don't get offended when you call me a piece of shit for no reason for watching a filler. So let's just enjoy the show. This was a great filler arc. I'm not even gonna lie. He's right. If I didn't know this was a filler arc, I would have enjoyed it way more. But because I know beforehand, because they have to ask me whether I'm gonna watch it or not, it kind of takes away from the journey, because when I watch it, I'm constantly in that mind state. Yo, this ain't bad for a film. This ain't bad, right? Instead of just relaxing, enjoying the show, like if it's anime canon or manga canon. But regardless, like I said, I still enjoyed this filler arc, and I can see we're already venturing into the grand line in manga canon. So yeah, because I watched the filler arc, I'm gonna give you 3 episodes this Tuesday, so be happy about that. And yeah, I'm gonna watch 2 more episodes and then I'm gonna take a break because I have to do some other work. But yeah, that being said, I ain't gonna prolong this that much. I really enjoyed this episode. Hope you enjoyed the reaction, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, love you, enjoy, and bye.